Hi, I'm Jessica Lahr, and welcome to another edition of FLX Weekly here on Wednesday, August 30th, 2017. We are live inside the FingerLakes1.com studio, and joining me is Sinicropi and Josh Durso.
Here we are.
Hi.
Nice to see you. We took a little week off.
Sure did.
And now we have school right around the corner.
I know.
Which is hard to believe, and
crazy.
Labor Day weekend ahead of us.
I know. I mean, it seems like every time on the show we say stuff like, oh, I can't believe it's
true.
the end of June, or I can't believe how fast this went by. But this summer did go by fast, and it's because it never got started until a couple weeks ago, it seems like.
Right.
And now it's Labor Day weekend and back to school, and boy, a whole shift in everybody's schedules.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it will take a couple weeks to get back in the routine, back in the swing of things, but I'm ready for routine, ready for structure again.
Yeah, I like fall, and I like high school sports, and
Isn't it funny? You
Syracuse football,
parents,
NFL.
Yeah.
Parents are the ones who really want the structure back. The kids, the kids are they're going back to real structure. They're going back to school, but the adults are craving it too.
And I think the kids don't want it, but they do need it. They need the structure, so it's good.
Yeah, my daughter is actually kind of excited for it. She's not dreading it or anything.
Good.
So she'll be in 6th grade, which is up to middle school. So
gosh.
she'll have her own locker and all that stuff, and yeah, she'll be going in a little earlier than she has in the past.
Right.
So
that's when it starts to fly. It seems like school, because the day is broken up. You're moving from classroom to classroom.
Yep.
Different ballgame.
Well,
It is.
Say it's the end of unofficial end of summer, but we still have another month of great weather, and then October of summer-like weather, hopefully, and then October and November around here are great as well. So
I know, I love the fall. I'm looking forward to September for sure.
Well, you won't have to wait long. It'll be here Friday.
What does the weather look like this weekend?
Well, I mentioned it should stay feeling summer-like, but it's not going to on Thursday and Friday. It's going to rain a little bit Thursday. Friday is going to be a great day, but only a high in the low 60s, like 62 to 65 for a high. Overnight on Friday, we're looking at lows in the 40s, mid-40s, around 46. Nice day Saturday, warming up a little bit to 72, mostly sunny, and then some showers likely on Saturday night with a low around 58, 60% chance of rain. Sunday should be a pretty nice day too, partly sunny, high near 76, 40% chance of showers though. Chance of showers continues into the overnight Sunday with a low around 60, and then on Monday, Labor Day, we have partly sunny skies, high near 80, and 40% chance of showers still. So you're gonna really feel like summer's over on Thursday and Friday, but it'll bounce back for the holiday weekend, and should be mostly rain-free for the whatever your Labor Day plans are. So not bad.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at the weekend events, because I know lots of picnicking will be going on, hopefully. But there are a couple other things going on in the Finger Lakes. The Canal Jam 2 Music Festival is set for Saturday and Sunday in Waterloo, featuring live music all weekend with over a dozen bands set to perform. Weekend passes are available for $25 in advance at Stan's and West Main Kitchen in Waterloo, and FLX Live and Microclimate Wine Bar in Geneva.
This was the brainchild of Lee Bieber, the guy who owns Stan's and West Main Kitchen, and you can camp, music all day, both days. Kind of a unique event. This is the second year. The first year was successful. They have cover bands, like they have Grateful Dead cover bands. They have a cover band of the Grateful Dead that does it bluegrass style, which is kind of unique. Fleetwood Mac cover band, and really 12 different bands. Finger Lakes Cornhole will be there as well. There'll be a lot of things to do. So something unique that they're trying to grow there in Waterloo along the canal.
That's cool. And second annual, you said, right?
Yep.
Cool. All right, also on Friday and Saturday, it's the final weekend of the Skinny Atlas Festival, bringing world-class music to the shore of Skinny Atlas Lake with the East Coast Chamber Orchestra set to perform. Learn more at scanfest.org. And then the Avett Brothers will be performing at CMAC in Canandaigua on Saturday night. Also, of course, it's the final weekend of the Great New York State Fair in Syracuse, and I haven't made it out. Have you guys made it out this year?
I haven't made it to the New York State Fair in 25 years, maybe. Yeah, I'm not a big...
Shame on you.
It's probably been a solid 2 years for me. 2 or 3, one of the two.
Yeah,
it's been a few.
I think we did make it out last year, but...
Cool and the Gang is going to be the last band to perform at Chevy Court. But the Avett Brothers are one of my favorites. I can't believe I didn't... I didn't even pick up on the fact that they were playing. Now I got plans on Saturday night.
Oh.
But yeah, that's wrapping up another great summer season at CMAC.
Yeah.
They had some great shows this year.
Oh, yeah.
So the event schedule a little light for Labor Day.
Right.
Around here, but still plenty to do. And there's other stuff like music in the park continues in Hammondsport on Friday and Saturday. And you can check out our calendar at Finger Lakes One for some other events going on around the region if you don't have plans already.
Yes. Okay, great. Great. Well, what do we have going on in the news, Josh?
So probably the biggest news that just broke today was that Area Record Music in Geneva is going to be closing.
Ah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, so ownership announced the decision right on their 40th anniversary. They opened in 1977. Obviously, the music industry has changed quite a bit. Digital subscriptions kind of dominate that market. In a statement, they said it certainly has been a good time, and our customers have always been incredible. The social atmosphere and business routine mixed together really well. Obviously, they're leaving at the right time, it seems. They seem to be in a good place, happy with the decision and that kind of thing. But obviously, for people who love music and for people who... It's kind of like an iconic store. They listed off all of the mainstream artists from the last 30 years that had stopped in there over the time, and it's just a really kind of impressive list.
Well, I was in school. I graduated from high school in 1990, and back then, Area Records was the place to go. Yep. You just stop by and browse all the cassette tapes and CDs, and concert tickets. How many times did I wait in line at Area Records for concert tickets? And I'm actually surprised they've lasted this long. The last few times I've gone there, it's been for piano instructional books for my daughter's piano lessons and things like that. So they gave lessons. They just did so many different things. But it was certainly much different than it was 20, 30 years ago, when it was really a really cool place to go, and people would go just to browse and hang out, and it was always popping with people there. It's iconic, and it's no surprise since we broke the news this morning. That story's been getting hammered on our site.
Another one of the big stories, Drum and Bugle Corp, based out of the UK, is in Waterloo prepping for a competition in Rochester. The story about how they wound up in Waterloo, where they started, and how the community and staff have received them is up now. That's another one that's been getting a lot of traffic over the last...
They're there right now as we speak.
Literally right now. And they encourage people to go up and just kind of they're out on the athletic fields. So you just kind of stand around, watch them, practice, that kind of thing. It's really, really interesting and really, really intense, because there's 200 plus people. They've got all of these different parts, and they're all operating away from each other, but then at different points they'll come together and they do these full-blown practice routines. Impressive stuff.
That's so cool.
Yep. And then, of course, a story we ran a few days ago, officials in Geneva and Seneca County are working to determine how to proceed with marina development. So the property between the Seneca Lake State Park and the Ramada Inn is subject to one of the most unique municipal line issues in the entire state.
Yeah.
So other than New York City, where you have the 5 boroughs, there is no other place in New York where multiple municipal lines sort of cross and overlap and hit each other. So the marina would sit... Where the marina is going to be located sits in the town of Fayette and the town of Waterloo, is owned and operated by the city of Geneva, and would be subject to Seneca County tax collection should anything be sold, services, that kind of thing, in that location. Of course, really, really, really complicated just to take on a project like this. This is part of the downtown revitalization initiative. So this is something that they want to, one of the boxes they want to check off as they're going down.
Mm-hmm.
And
Are they using some of that $10 million grant that they?
yeah, so this is one of the projects within it to add a 100 slip marina, basically directly behind the Ramada or kitty corner from that.
Yeah, hey, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, plenty more stories, updates to all the ones we've been talking about, and anything else that may break on fingerlakes1.com every day, every night, on your weekend, on your holiday weekend.
24/7, 365.
Doesn't matter.
24/7,
You're working.
365.
We'll be here.
Well, you know,
News is
you're
happening.
cooking out and you're waiting for the burgers. You pull up the fingerlakes1.com app. You check out the news and sports, and
Yep.
you get the weather forecast. It's
Too easy.
That's right.
It is crazy
It's
how
too easy.
relentless our news coverage is.
Just tap the app.
That's right.
All right, great. Well, let's take a look at our top local photos this week, or from the past week. First up, the sun rises at Sodas Point while a fisherman tries his luck on the pier in this shot by Chris Trine.
See
Oh my
that little
gosh.
fisherman down there at the end?
Oh, that is so
Barely.
beautiful. That looks like a painting.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's what I said when it came in.
Did you?
I was like, wow.
Yeah.
A lot of
the
contenders for
colors.
photo of the week this week. Lots of
Yeah.
contenders.
Oh boy, here we go again. The water tower in Seneca Falls has been getting worked on for months. This photo from Dan Elias shows the progress. That's cool.
Yeah, it's been like that for
Yeah.
months now. It's crazy big project, but
Yep.
that thing needed refurbishing.
Crazy loud project, too.
Is it?
Oh
loud?
yeah, you can hear it all over town.
Oh boy. All right, late morning on Sodus Bay, Mark George found this resident bald eagle taking off from a tree on the shore. That's cool.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
awesome.
To be there for that.
Great timing.
I know.
Well, that's kind of a signature way you might see a bald eagle portrayed in flight. You know, not with the full wingspan, but the arched wings, and
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty awesome.
so
Nice job.
good job, Mark George.
Another photo from Dan Elias. This butterfly was enjoying the summer day as much as everyone else was on Sunday afternoon in Seneca Falls. Oh, that's beautiful too.
Yep, that's great.
Wow,
Great detail.
I know.
Well done, Dan.
From Patrick Costello, a few artists stopped out to Frederick's Farm in Clifton Springs to enjoy the beautiful sunflowers.
We'll be getting a lot of sunflower photos coming in. There's nothing as quite as impressive as a sunflower seed.
Yeah, the fields of sunflowers.
I actually want to plant some sunflowers in my backyard along a new fence we had installed. I need to learn a little bit more about how
Yeah.
to maintain or how difficult they are to grow. I imagine they need a lot of sun.
Yes.
Probably.
And the other thing that's, there's sunflower seeds have become a popular snack lately, right?
Oh, yeah.
Over the past
Yeah.
5-10 years.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're everywhere.
All the different
How many?
kinds.
How many? Like the seeds themselves come from the middle of those flowers, I think, right?
Yes.
And there's probably hundreds in each flower.
Yeah.
But
it's good business.
you need a lot of sunflower seeds to satisfy the demand. I think. Right? I mean, one of those bags. How many sunflowers does it take to fill a sunflower seed bag?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's a really good question. At least one. But I would think there's quite a few in a sunflower.
Yeah.
For one of those little bags you're talking about, like the 50-cent ones you can get, well, they used to be 50 cents at the store.
There's tons of sunflower seeds around, or sunflower fields around the area. I wonder how if they were supplying,
Right.
the seeds. Like what's the main use for these sunflowers? Where do
That's
they get
true.
exported? Do the stalks get used? A lot of questions about sunflowers I have today.
That's.
I love it. Okay. Moving on. Rachel Burkholder captured this sunrise at Dean's Cove on a peaceful and beautiful Monday morning.
It could also be a sun rays. I know that's what you wanted to say. It could be.
It's beautiful.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that is nice. And of course, this was an image that was way taller than it is wide. So
Oh,
check out the
really?
full one on our site. It's impressive. This one doesn't quite do justice to what the one on our site, but nonetheless, pretty nice.
Absolutely. And also from Rachel, the sun was out on Wednesday, and this deer was enjoying every moment of it. Oh, cute. That's beautiful. That looks like it's from a magazine for sure.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. That would be a doe, a young doe.
Yep.
Yep.
Beautiful.
She's presuming, though. It's a little presumptuous on her part that he's enjoying the sun.
That was not what the original, that was not what her note to us said.
Oh, it was
no.
She sent it
rewritten?
in. That
It
was what
rewritten?
yours truly wrote on it afterward, because I actually had deleted her email before I was able to paste it in the thing.
So a little presumptuous
So
there, Josh.
Josh is
Slightly,
being
just slightly.
presumptuous.
I'm assuming because, look at him. He or she.
She.
They look very happy. I mean,
Yeah, and I suppose if they weren't enjoying the sun, they could easily find some shade.
right. Because there's plenty of it.
That
You guys
looks
are killing me.
more like a kangaroo than a...
It does like, speaking of kangaroo, but yeah, no, it does like a kangaroo.
Yeah, there was a kangaroo loose in Trumansburg.
Oh, what a story. We need to talk about that. All right, next up. A short and stubby rainbow appeared in the southeast sky after a stormy day in Phelps on Tuesday evening, as captured by Mary Linehan.
Real nice.
Oh,
Love it.
beautiful. Love that.
It's like an Irish countryside.
It does, yes. Ted Novak spotted these paddleboard on the water at the Seneca Falls Canal Harbor over the weekend.
That is the epitome of summer right there.
Yep.
Don't you think the paddleboard should have some sort of flotation device on, though?
Probably.
There's a current in the canal there. I don't know.
Oh.
Probably.
Like how...
You have to be really confident in your paddleboarding skills.
Well, is it... I've never
I've never done it.
paddleboarded. I don't know how...
They're very stable,
Yeah, I would assume
but
so.
still, you could slip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Put your life vests on.
Put your life vests on, guys.
And then in the background there's the Seneca Knitting Mill future home of the National Women's Hall of Fame.
Yes.
That's right.
Induction ceremony coming up in a couple weeks, September 15th or 16th.
Oh.
16th, I believe.
Yeah, the 16th. We'll be live streaming that one. So
Oh, nice. Great. Okay. All right, next up, Missy Jones captured what appears to be an osprey capturing a late day lunch in Seneca Falls.
it's gonna be
Oh
a
my
feast.
gosh.
It's a big one. That is a big
That
one.
is so cool. It's insane to capture a shot like that.
Look at the space between like the talons and the fish, like you can see. So they're really that bird really has just punctured with the
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah. That fish is toast.
talons, and it's not like it's really gripping it like we would, because we don't have talons.
No, we do not have talons. That is a fact.
Oh gosh, we don't. Monarch caterpillars feed only on milkweed. This one, captured by Judith Ostick, chewed a heart-shaped hole in this leaf. That is amazing.
Now that would become a monarch butterfly.
I guess so.
Yeah. Now why? Is this a recent picture or?
Must be. It only came in.
Yeah, but maybe she was holding on to it because aren't most of them these things cocooned
true.
and come out as a butterfly by now, or is this a late
That's true.
cocooner?
A late
I
cocooner.
don't think that could be a late cocooner.
I don't know. Pretty cool photo though.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Whenever it was taken.
Yeah, so cute. And finally, from Robert Stopper, the 48-passenger Real Tour cruise tour boat is seen docked in Lyons early Sunday morning. The Lyons Rotary and Lyons Erie Canalway greeters sponsored 2 local cruises on Saturday and a long 6-hour cruise from Lyons to Seneca Lake on Sunday.
I dig it.
So, which cuisine? Whose cuisine reigns supreme?
All right.
It's got to be Chris Trine's
Me too.
picture from in the
Number
very
1.
beginning. That was
Yep.
It's incredible.
Well, I was going to vote for Rachel's deer photo because it's just fantastic, but it doesn't matter because we have a winner, and
We
it's
outvoted
Chris
you.
Trine. This would have been my second choice anyways. That's pretty awesome. And again, this one as well is taller than it is wide. So if you go to click on photos or on our app, tap on the photos tab, you can see the full size image. And it's even more impressive than this one, but congratulations, Chris. That's our photo of the week here.
Yes, thank you all, though, for sending
the
in
one.
your photos from across the region. If you'd like to send photos to us, click the link in the Submit Content section at the bottom right-hand side of our homepage, or you can tag us or send it to us on Facebook, whatever suits your fancy. Just get it to us so we can talk about it on our show next week. All right, Jim, what do we have going on in sports? right now?
Well, summer around here generally slow sports, but that's all about to change. NFL still a week away, but college football kicks off, high school football kicks off. Syracuse football kicks off their season Friday night at 7 p.m. in the Dome versus Central Connecticut State. It's the start of Dino Baber's second year as head coach. Expectations are kind of high. I think we're going to finish better than projected by most of the pundits and preseason magazines and all that. I think we're going to have a pretty good season as long as most of our key guys can stay healthy, but that's a big if. Ithaca College is in action against Alfred State on Saturday at 1 at Butterfield Stadium in Ithaca. Hobart opens at home on Saturday at noon against Brockport at Boswell Field in Geneva. So among the other things you can do, you can catch a football game. I mean, if that's not a sign that summer's coming to an end.
I know.
Weekend afternoon football here and Friday night football in the Carrier Dome, which actually it's nice that it's going to be cool because it gets hot in the Carrier Dome for these early season football games, like really hot. So it should actually be pretty comfortable inside the cozy confines of the Carrier Dome on Friday night. Also, high school football starts out this weekend. Yeah. Friday night, you have Newark at E.R. Gananda at 7 o'clock, Victor's at Aquinas at 7 p.m., South Seneca Romulus T-Burg, or as they call them, Tri-Town, is at Marcus Whitman for a 7 p.m. kick, Palmac at Penn Yan for a 7 o'clock kickoff, Clyde Savannah at Minders in Seneca Falls, kickoff at 7 p.m. there, and then on Saturday, you got C.G. Finney North Star at Red Jacket at 1 o'clock, Sodus Lions at Dundee at 1 o'clock, Webster Thomas is at Canandaigua for a 2 o'clock kick, Wayne Eagles at Geneva, 5 p.m. kick, and Mid-Lakes is at Tom Coughlin Field in Waterloo for a 7 p.m. start on Saturday night. So high school football. Yeah, Wayne at Geneva. That's a pretty big game, too. Wayne's quarterback, Braden Zenilovic, is actually a D1 prospect. He's starting his senior year for the Wayne Eagles. So
I thought they weren't doing any games in Geneva because they're redoing the field.
Oh, well, you know what? Wayne is on the road against Geneva. I don't know where they're playing it, but yeah, I'll have to look at it. I knew the basketball season for Geneva is going to be all on the road. So when they play Minders, they'll play them twice, both at Minders. Same thing with Waterloo. They'll have home games because they're redoing the gym. And it's going to be awesome when it's done. Their gym was old. But I didn't know how that was going to affect football.
Yeah.
So I don't think they can play it at Boswell because they could, but it'd be a quick turnaround. Hobart plays on that field at noon. So I don't know. We'll have to find out about that. We'll do some research.
Yeah.
Baseball still going on. Yankees host the AL East leading Red Sox this weekend, Friday at 7:05, Saturday at 1:05, Sunday at 7:38. So don't tune in at 7:35. Wait the extra 3 minutes, 7:30, and then Monday they're at Camden Yards to face the Orioles for a 2:05 start. The Mets are at the Astros, but they are not going to be at the Astros as we know because of the flooding in Houston. Correct. They're going to play that game at Tropicana Field in Tampa. The whole series Friday at 8:10, Saturday at 7:10, Sunday at 2:10, then Monday back home against the Philadelphia Phillies for a 1:10 start. PGA Tour playoffs continue. It's the Dell Technologies Championship at TPC Boston, running Friday through Monday, the only scheduled PGA Tour event with a Monday finish of the season. So that's it. We'll have all the results of all these football games and, of course, full wall-to-wall coverage of Syracuse's opener, all the high school games. And everything at fingerlakes1.com.
Great.
Sports.
Yep.
Sports. Okay, thank you. So what do you guys think about all this flooding going on down in Texas?
Some of the images that I've seen that have been going around Twitter and social media, wow. This is just,
biblical.
Yeah, it's hard to even put into words what's happening down there because it is just... If you took all of the forecasts, averaged them out, and then in some cases doubled what they were calling initially, that's pretty much where we are now.
And it's also poor city planning and city development. They had actually had a flood that was worse than this in downtown Houston in the 1930s, I think it was, where the actual was like 52 inches I don't want to throw out numbers because I can't remember, but the actual flood level was higher than this one, which is kind of hard to believe.
Oh my
but
gosh.
What happens is as you expand the urban sprawl, there's less area for water to evaporate into the soil, and it just runs.
This one will definitely be studied for a long time because there are a lot of examples of they put cement directly over wetlands, and wetlands play a pretty big role in preventing flooding. So that's kind of a tough spot to be in. You just, I mean, low level to begin with, and then you start adding in these other factors. And I mean, there are roads that literally look like the
Oceans.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's insane.
There was a shot of the Houston airport where there was big jetliners where you can only see the tail, sticking out of the water.
Submerged.
It's just crazy. I feel bad for obviously all the folks that live down there.
I know.
You see people wading through their homes in chest deep water, and it's horrible. But hopefully those waters will recede quickly and they can begin the cleanup process. And it's obviously an insurance nightmare.
I mean, when you're talking about I believe Houston, 5th or 6th largest city in the U.S., to still only be talking about around 20 fatalities. It speaks to the number of people who did heed the right warning and they got out when they could, and really sad stuff, but definitely something that a lot of other cities, especially those coastal cities, are going to have to learn from and think about moving forward.
Now a lot of people say, oh boy, that's global warming for you, but this has nothing to do with global warming. It's not like the rising sea levels or anything have nothing to do with this. It was just a crap load of rain that just stayed over and then continued to dump more water, and then no place for it to go.
Feet of waterfall.
Right.
Interesting number. If you translated that amount of rain to snowfall, for us, it would 39 feet.
Yeah.
So can you imagine getting 39 feet of snow in a weekend,
crazy.
in 3-4 days?
Yeah.
That's what the equivalent would have been. So.
Wow.
Yeah, I've always heard that number thrown around where like roughly an inch of rain equates to almost a foot of snow.
Yeah.
It's wild stuff.
Wow. That's sad.
Well, obviously there's ways that you can help the effort online. I'd start with the Red Cross.
The Red Cross, a lot of the animal shelters down there need a lot of help.
It's devastating.
That's another area to help if you can.
Yep.
But, hey, weather's good here for the weekend.
The weather's good.
Not to make light of it, but, we had a ton of rain too. Nothing like what they're experiencing. But we do have another nice stretch of weather heading into the fall. Hopefully it's going to be a great fall.
Yes, hopefully.
And, when we come back next Wednesday for our show, I think that'll be the first day of school. Is it Wednesday or Tuesday for the kids in Geneva?
Tuesday, I believe.
Okay, well.
Yeah, pretty sure.
They'll be in school. We'll be back here. No change for us.
Nope. We'll be here. Are you guys picnicking this weekend? Families?
I play in the club championship at Seneca Falls Country Club. It's the club championship is always on Labor Day weekend, so I'll be playing in that.
Good.
Hopefully, bringing home the title.
Well, it's match play, so you qualify on Saturday morning. Then as long as you keep winning, you keep playing. So I would hopefully still be playing on Monday, which the championship match is quite a scene. There's usually 50 to 100 people following it in golf carts, and it's open to anybody to come down, grab a golf cart, follow the match. And it is really one of the unique things that we do down at Seneca Falls is that championship match on Labor Day, 36-hole final with it's tons and tons of people just driving around in golf carts following two guys playing golf.
It's tough grind. That's 3 days. So it's a long stretch of golf for.
To win it, you're playing 36 on Saturday, 36 on Sunday, and 36 on Monday.
Yep. Oh my gosh!
So
you get sore from it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I played in the finals a couple of years ago, and it was 90 degrees all weekend, and it was really hard. And I was playing against a younger kid with. He was just floating across the fairways while I was kind of just
hurting.
Yeah,
a hurting unit. Oh. Well, have fun and good luck to you.
What about you? What are your plans?
Not much. Nothing yet. We thought about camping, but it's might be raining, so.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. So, all right. Well, I think that about wraps it up for today. You guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining us. If you'd like to drop us a line, send an email to contact@fingerlakes1.com. We'll be back next Wednesday. Until then, enjoy your holiday weekend ahead here in the Finger Lakes.